Stop scrolling, everyone. We've got tons to celebrate, and you're going to want to tune in now to find out more.
Welcome to Discover Statesville, the show that takes you on a captivating journey through the heart of one of North Carolina's most charming towns.
Welcome back to Discover Statesville. Today we're joined by Byron and Madge with the evening farmers market at Pecan Park. Welcome y'all.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So my understanding is that we're celebrating 25 years of the evening farmers market at Pecan Park. Okay. Madge, you've been involved for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about how the farmers market got started?
Well, I started going in 1999, and that is when Edward Marshall had started it. And, well, that was the beginning.
Just been going ever since.
It's been going ever since.
He was
right.
just a young, passionate guy then, right?
Well, right.
Yeah.
And he came that year, but he didn't come back in, 2000, but the market continued on.
So in that first year or two in 1999, how many vendors did you guys have involved?
I can't remember,
Okay.
but we had
Still a variety of different things, produce and
yeah.
Okay.
Making people come to the market and come back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Today we have about 24 vendors that rotate through.
Today you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what's in
what's in season.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Madge, you're for lack of a better word for me, the operations manager. You run the evening farmers market now and keep it all going, right? Have you been doing that since 2000? Okay.
Nobody else will do it.
Well,
But everyone's very grateful. Everyone's
Big
very
shoes to
grateful that
fill,
you
so
do
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
So what, tell us about your passion for the market. What made you decide 24 years ago to jump in and help keep it going and do all the great things that led us to where we are today?
Well, to me, a market it's not only just going there to sell. It's a community event. And to see people, to talk to people, and all the things that go on is what keeps me going.
Right.
We have a lot of people who come every week, and sometimes they're not buying. They just sit and they chat with
it's
people.
just a nice opportunity. It's a great use of the park. There's live music a lot of the time. I mean, it's just a really neat activity that's become sort of a destination in downtown. On Thursday nights.
Now, Madge, do you sell? Do you do any farming or crafting, or do you just keep the market going?
No. I grow and sell herbs.
Okay, grow and sell.
I was going to jump in and say it, but I was like, I think.
It's like, Cindy, stop! I know what she does.
So that has been my life since I came to Statesville.
Okay.
Because we bought land out in Cool Spring, and I'll tell you the whole story.
Yeah, we want you to.
My husband said, I went to college, so I didn't have to farm. But I wanted land and to farm.
Okay.
So at least he consented, and we did buy a few acres and live out in the county. So.
All right. So you've been growing herbs ever since. Did you do that before you got involved?
No.
In the farmers market?
No. I can't remember what got me started. What started that, but herbs can grab you and take hold and make you go.
Lots of benefits with growing herbs.
It's your passion.
And I think really cool, but not one of those vendors that you see at some farmers markets. Everybody's growing vegetables or different types of produce and stuff. So I think having an herb vendor is pretty neat.
Well, right, and there's so much that we have lost our connection to herbs, and I think that it's time. A lot of it's coming back now, and I think that's absolutely a great thing. If people learn more how to use them, that's a benefit to them too.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Because one of the things about the market, most farmer markets, and ours in particular, is we're encouraging people to learn how to grow stuff on their own and be a little more self-sufficient. Certainly we want to come buy our products that are there, but, learn how to properly, plant stuff and grow tomatoes or whatever on your own. In fact, we just recently had a demonstration where the agriculture students from Mitchell Community College came in and showed everybody how to plant pumpkins and stuff, and they answer gardening questions. So I think that's an important process as well, to involve the community in themselves. themselves get back to their own little gardening, because that was something that was done back in the war era and all that. And we kind of gotten away from that as, our community grew. But now we're going back to those roots. And I think that's an important part of the farmers market.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm glad you said that, because, that's a real resource for if you've got, even if you've got container gardens in your backyard, being able to bring something yours and say, why doesn't my tomato look like your tomato? Right. And get some tips from the people that are doing this professionally. Right. I mean, I think that's, Yeah,
because our tomatoes don't look like those. It's like, what? What's wrong?
Right,
but anyway.
Right. No, I think that's great. That's a great resource.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a hobby gardener. I've got 3 containers now. So it's 3 birthdays in a row. My husband has built me an above ground garden in our backyard, and he does most of the work. I pick the vegetables.
It's perfect scenario for Cindy.
I think that's
builds them, maintains them.
Kudos to Brandon for being such a hard worker in everything that he does. But he does, and but he does make sure I have to go out there and pick it. He's not doing that. And then putting it in recipes, but couldn't possibly bring together all the amazing things you guys have out there at the farmers market. And I'm glad you mentioned kind of the programming you guys are doing, because we talked a little bit before we started recording. And Byron, you were telling us, or Madge was telling me how amazing you are as you pulled up outside. You guys you're helping the farmers market more recently go to another level, right? Digitally, and help reach people.
I've revamped the website, and I've got their social media going on Facebook and Instagram and all that. That's kind of my background, is in doing some web work, but I'm also an illustrator and cartoonist and stuff. But, and so that I brought that expertise to them, and it's helped, the awareness of the market. And just like we just put a post up, that's kind of why I was late. I was putting a post up about the current thing going on today. So but to go back to the gardening thing, we just I moved here about 5 years ago from Illinois. My son went to school in Mooresville, and we chose Statesville because we liked the community. I was born in Southern Illinois, and I went, hey, this is like home. This is great, and these are my people, and all that. And so we just recently bought another home out in, in Cool Springs near her, and it's a full acre, and we are just starting to put our above ground planting in. Mm-hmm. And because I went to the Mitchell College guys, and I said, hey, how do you do this? And my son's really into this, so I'm glad to see my 27-year-old is getting the bug to grow things.
We need more people to get the bug.
Yeah, because
not the bugs,
right? We'll get rid of the bugs, and how to get rid of the bugs naturally. But anyway,
there you go.
But how to get the instinct to grow and be a little more self-sufficient. And all. My wife's getting ready to make salsa out of the tomatoes she grew out there, and all. And he's got some huge peppers growing, and he's going to burn my mouth, I'm sure, with something. Because he loves that kind of stuff. But it's good to see a younger generation getting involved back in that.
Yeah,
with an interest in that.
So you guys are planning on going. For those of you who've not been to the evening farmers market, or for listeners who may not be in Statesville, it happens. Tell us when it happens. Every Thursday.
From 3:30 to 6 in Pecan Park at the corner of Water and downtown.
Downtown Statesville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Right down there.
Center Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all that. And it's a lovely park. It's shaded, and it's great. And we have tons of vendors, but, and there's all types of things available. We have, of course, we have farmers products as well, but we also have pottery. We have herbs, and there's, is it herb or herb? Anyway.
Pecan,
pecan, right.
Yeah. Tomato.
They're like, he's from Illinois, I can tell. Anyway, but the way I talk.
Musicians, you have some.
Musicians coming in.
And anybody that wants to come and play for us is welcome to come. Oh, yeah. Just let us know, and we put the tip jar out, and they really make the market a great afternoon when we have music. So we're always ready for more music.
And as we're going into the fall already, oh my goodness, summer's almost over. But anyway, we have a lot more demonstrations going on. We'll have our Kids' Day in September after kids get back to school, a little treat for them. So there's all types of things we do, throughout the season.
Yeah. Okay, and the season, you guys usually kick off in May?
April 1st.
April 1st, okay.
We're April through October.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have, August, September. We have 3 more months to go.
Still lots of time.
Lots of time.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of time for lots of music. And
it's been a hot summer, so
Yes,
it'll be nice to have some
and a lot of
there's
rain,
nice
which
trees.
is
Yeah, there has been lots of rain,
Yeah.
which we needed. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
drought in the city, so they were gonna stop us from watering. So
Were
we're glad to have all that rain.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was close. There
Back
was
to
a
level one
drought.
now, yeah.
Yeah, so
Moving
we're
in the right direction. Absolutely.
thankful for all that rain.
Well, and I will also mention Pecan Park is it's in the downtown social district. So that's another aspect that now you go by Red Buffalo, you can get a pint, you can walk over, peruse the farmers market, and live music. It's
Joe's
just
very kind. He brings us out beer once in a while.
there you go. See, there's no reason, even if you're like, I don't think that's for me. Now there's really no reason to not go check out the market.
Why is Joe Bondi coming up at every? It seems like every podcast we're doing.
Good business model that guy's built, man.
He's just
Maybe
he's
he'll build a
everywhere.
business around beer. Maybe people enjoy it.
Keep up that good engagement there, Joe. No, we're glad to have Joe. Joe Bondi's on the board of directors for the Statesville Convention and Visitors Bureau, who I work for. So we're glad.
He shows up at the market almost every week.
Sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He buys stuff, buys flowers for his wife when he screws up. And not that he's done that.
Well, and I think that's another great one. You mentioned herbs. You got flower vendors.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, there really is something for everybody there.
There's pastries, there's all types of things. My wife's pottery is there, and so
cool.
she does,
Madge, do you have a favorite memory or something that really stands? I mean, 25 years is a really long time for that market to be thriving. Yeah. Do you have a story or something you're like, oh, I missed that time?
Well, we have had years where we have had more vendors than customers, and I miss that. And I'm hoping that we kind of get that back.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
think-
would be my goal.
Did you hear that, everyone? You need to come out and help Madge celebrate
Well,
25 years. And
the pandemic kind of shifted things a little
Well, sure.
bit for the whole
Sure.
society.
Sure.
And people are now
Yeah.
just kind of getting back into their old routine, so it helps.
Yeah.
And all that.
more,
Well, that-
more people started gardening, right? But
Well, and it became, things like farmers markets were a real resource. And I think I remember Madge and I talking back in 2020 about the ability to host the market because of some of the restrictions were in place with social distancing and things.
Oh,
And
that's
but it was one of the conversations that we were having about, gosh, this is a real need for something like a farmers market. When you didn't know about grocery store and everything, it was kind of like, gosh, this is an opportunity for people to shop outside, access to fresh food. So there, a real need for those for the markets back in.
Yes, absolutely.
Byron, I think I'm talking out of turn, so I might be embarrassing myself, but you look familiar to me,
Exciting.
and you mentioned you're a cartoonist, and it kind of clicked for me. Were you at the art crawl with
Yes.
some of your work?
Well, I was there with my wife.
And she does
it. She does the
crock-
pottery.
She does the pottery.
Yeah, water
She does
crock.
the Statesville mugs.
Yeah, she does the water crock. Water
I thought
crock, yes.
so. I
and
was
all
like,
that.
wait a minute, cartoonist.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Well, I do the Comic-Con here in town, and I do the one up in Wilkesboro and stuff like that. So
Comic-Con's great,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? We had them on the show.
And part of the reason that appealed coming out to the East Coast from the Midwest is in Chicagoland, there's really one or two big cons, and that's it. There aren't a bunch of small ones. Whereas out here, it's more town oriented, where they have local Comic Cons and I think that's great. And all that, we're getting off from the farmers market, but
that's okay.
it goes to community again. That you have this community and you built on that, and you have people that do these types of things, and that's an appeal. It's like, wow, come down here, like you said, hang out at the variety of vendors you have downtown and all that, and the things that are available and all that. But yeah, she's done the art crawl a couple times, been very good for her and all that. And I probably should bring my art out, but.
You were at the vault this last time because we did a mug giveaway.
Yes.
So yeah,
Right.
I love all of her work, but
she's great.
yeah, it's
But
not off topic. She's a maker, and you
I
have
think important
makers
to
at the
note.
farmers
yeah,
market.
like you're talking about. I mean, as you're looking for more vendors, if people are out there that think, oh, I'm not a fit for a farmer's market, maybe they are, and they just don't realize that there's things besides just locally grown.
Yeah, as long as you
produce
make it
and herbs.
yourself, that's fine. That's the only requirement. I mean, you
And
look
the-
it and grow it.
The rule is you have to make, bake, or grow whatever you sell.
Sure.
So if you do, then you're welcome to come to our farmers
All
market.
right.
Come try it out.
Yeah. Now taking new local vendors. So,
Absolutely. All the time.
we're talking about community, and that's really what it's all about. And you said something you said a minute ago that stuck with me. These are my people, and
Yes.
what we have heard over the past year of doing this podcast. I said at the beginning we have lots to celebrate, and be remiss not to say. Yay! Richard, we've been doing this a year. You think we can make it 25?
I don't buy it. That is pretty crazy, though.
25
Yours crazy.
Yeah.
25 years. I'm not going to commit to that, but I'm still in it. I'm in it for now.
There you go.
Richard said, "Fool me once."
I have
Richard
at least
tells-
15 years left with the city. So,
Yeah, Richard tells the story sometimes that I told him it was going to be a podcast, that we were going to be talking. He did not know it was going to be video too.
Oh.
So
Until I showed up.
Yeah.
Like for the first one.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, what's that for?
Yeah. The
I
old joke,
accidentally
the old
didn't
joke,
tell
you have
him.
a face for radio.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding.
And my broadcast news days, it was like I was always behind the camera. I didn't want to be in front.
Yeah.
But it's been great. I'm surprised that it's been a year. We've learned a ton about the local community, which is certainly impressive considering how long Cindy and I both have lived here and learning more every week.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
I mean, once a week we have somebody come by and go, I didn't know you were here. And
Right.
it was like,
I know.
and it's like, well, go check us out on the social media and all
Yep.
that. And they're just like, wow, this is great. And particularly when the schools are in session, the schools let out near us, and people drive by and go, oh, there's something down here.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we have signs and all that out, but
Well, it's all the little things. I mean, the signage helps. You guys put out the sandwich boards. That's a big deal. But I think increasing the presence on social media is certainly going to, is making a big impact.
yeah, I'm going to look into doing more video work, for that, because people are more interested in seeing something live. So, and I've been hesitant to do that because people are kind of camera shy sometimes. It's like, oh my God. But,
Yeah.
as I just said, I'm the one behind it. But, so yeah, I want to increase our presence a little bit on that as well.
Yeah. Well, like Richard said, I've been here for 20 years. Richard grew up here, but if someone asked me if I knew Madge, I'd say yes, because she's Madge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Evening Farmers Market, and I've heard her name so many times. And when I met her for the first time today, she said, oh, yes, I know your name. Like, I've heard your name. But I mean, I come to the farmer's market, business owner downtown. Madge is downtown. Like, for example, when I first saw you, I was like, I recognize him, but I don't know where. I've bought something from you, but it's really cool for us to really have the opportunity to sit down and get to know people. And
Small town living, man.
yeah,
that's
Beautiful thing.
It's a small town, but not as small as you think, right?
That's right.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't imagine I've never met. I don't believe, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm glad to have met you today.
I've seen your pictures
yeah.
on the internet.
Wow.
So that means we hadn't met.
Right.
Well, my hometown is 1,200 people, so that's small. And it has one grocery store, one car dealership, and 3 bars.
Well,
That's what they do in Southern
That's
Illinois when the
nice
corn's
sometimes.
growing.
But that lies the beauty of Statesville that I think people talk about. Statesville, I say small town living, and it's not. The city of Statesville is growing all the time. But I think one of the things that a lot of people focus on, and things like the evening farmers market really contribute, is to the small town atmosphere that exists here in Statesville, and
That's an appeal.
and that
really is.
right, and that's why the podcast has been so great and engaging for us, is kind of helping make more of those connections. And
we want to nurture that and help grow
Yeah.
like Madge's favorite time when there were more customers and more vendors. We want to help
Yeah.
see. We want that to come back too.
And it's a great place. I always think, well, bring a friend when you come to the market. Well, bring a friend.
Yeah.
Meet a friend.
There you
It's
go,
a
Byron. Your first
community.
video.
Yeah,
Have her doing that right there.
Bring a friend. Recommend a friend. But we get a lot of families, mothers with the strollers and and dogs, and it's all welcome, and all that, and they're fun to mess around with and have them there and entertain the kids and all that. And like I said, we'll do a kids' day in September and all that. We'll have the fire truck there and the police there and all that fun stuff and the ice cream and all that. So we did that last year and it was a big event. It went off really well. So we're going to do it again, try and see what happens.
Yeah. Do you know which Thursday in September that is?
It'll be the first Thursday. in
First
September.
Thursday.
Cool.
Okay.
And pretty much rain or shine on the market unless the conditions are just absolutely terrible. And I
Right.
guess that would be up to a lot of the vendors too, like
Correct.
if they choose to show up or not. But
Right. It depends. Like last week or a couple weeks ago or whatever, it was really rainy hard. And it's like, even customers weren't going to come out.
Right.
I think we had one, show up because Madge and I will show
last
up and
week.
make sure.
Yeah.
to
We
make
were
sure.
there.
right. right.
Well, just to make sure people are
Sure.
informed. Hey,
You're there, rain or shine, anyway, right?
Just to make sure. But last week was a very strange weather week.
Well, we've had a lot of wind. It just comes in so fast, and it's like, and it goes out, and it's like, well, what happened?
Can't control the weather.
No, you can't.
They battle that with Friday After 5 all the time.
Oh, sure. I can.
Great.
I can imagine.
Everybody's excited for the concert, and then it's you just
raining,
don't know till
Yep.
you know, right?
Yeah, a little dangerous being on stage with electric. I played in bands in the late '70s. You don't want to be watering microphones.
Right.
That's a bad mix.
That's an expensive repair.
Byron,
yes, it is.
Tell our listeners, our followers, how they can connect with the Evening Farmers Market through the website, all
There's
the
the
channels.
website. The website's theeveningfarmersmarket.com. You can go there. On Facebook, obviously, the Evening Farmers Market, and on Instagram as well. Those are our 3 primary channels right now. I'm looking to expand that a little bit, but those are the ones I'm most familiar with, and I think we get the most traction with at this point in time, and all that. And the application's on there. It's easy to find. If you want to come out and try it out one time, we charge a $20 application fee, and then $20 per month.
That's not bad at all.
No, and it's an inexpensive way to come out and try your stuff out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We have people that try stuff, and it's like, well, that wasn't quite the mark, here. But it helps promote them, type of thing. So I will promote new vendors and all that, and they get a little press that way, and all that. So that's the how you would find us. Primarily, yeah.
Okay.
And then every Thursday.
Show up.
The best way to find them is to show up.
Yeah,
Be about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I always think that new vendors need to know that you have to come more than once, because you might not sell a whole lot the first time, but when people start to know you, then that will get better.
That's good
So
advice.
you
That's
have
in
to
life.
You got to
Repetition.
lean into it.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
traction.
Yeah.
It takes traction. It takes time. I mean,
Yeah.
my
Right.
wife with her pottery, the first few weeks out there, she didn't sell much.
Yeah.
And now she sells quite a bit every time. So
Yeah.
it's just like
I think people seek her out now.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're looking for it. It's like, oh, there you are.
My husband's like, please don't buy another one of those Statesville cups. Like, I got one everywhere, but I love them.
The mug
So-
people, we love the mug people because they keep buying them,
Yeah.
and it's like, and they're always saying, I should not buy another mug, but then they do.
Well, but
and she has something,
you guys do so much other stuff
Oh,
too.
she does so
so-
many things, the little feet on the beach and stuff like that, and everybody's like, oh, I got to have another one. Those are the gnomes.
Yeah, the
Everybody
gnomes.
goes nuts over her gnomes. But anyway.
The gnomes craze. Those are some cute gnomes. So, guys, anything that I know, Madge, you had lots of notes. Anything that you want to make sure to tell people about the Evening Farmers Market?
Well, just that, we're here for the community. We're here to,
PR guy.
do, I'm going to say, that was my cue.
Yeah.
To help to serve the community and its needs. And if you have questions about, growing things yourself or where to get certain things, because we don't have everything there. Obviously, it'd be impossible to have all that stuff. And it's like, I'm looking for this or that and the other. And we might, our vast knowledge in Madge here.
You know people. Yeah, you got a guy.
You got a guy.
Yeah. I got a guy for that.
Yeah.
And I'll get you hooked up.
That's right. Hey, that's what community is all about.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all that. But that's the important part, I think, is just come out and say hello. And if you got questions, don't be afraid to ask. That's what we're for.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, we sure feel blessed to have you guys be a part of the patchwork that makes up our amazing community, and to have had you here for 25 years.
That's right. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
You should be really proud. I hope, Madge, you're very proud of that, and would love to see it continue to grow. You living through that passion, so we're excited about that. And Richard, I would like to thank you for 1 year of
Thank you for the
coming along.
wonderful
for this
opportunity.
adventure. Hopefully, we can at least make it one
You
more
duped me
year.
into.
We're almost booked out, so
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I
The
guess
farther
we're
we
ready.
book out, the
Wow.
the more commitment. But if you know something you want us to feature here on Discover Statesville, the podcast, please reach out. Go to statesvillenc.com and then hit contact us. We'd like to thank the Statesville Convention and Visitors Bureau for making this podcast possible for us to bring you these amazing humans and amazing stories and get to know them better. And we hope you'll tune in next week. Thanks,
Sure.
everyone.
We'll see you at the market.
Thanks.
That's right.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Discover Statesville. You can email us at discover@statesvillenc.com. Check us out on Facebook at Discover Statesville NC, #Discover Statesville, and our website, statesvillenc.com. Catch us next week as we continue on our journey to uncover the hidden gems, culinary adventures, entertainment, and to be inspired and enlightened as we discover Statesville.